Hey you guys, okay, so the day is here. It's the day of your business debut, and there's several things that you may be feeling. You may be feeling anxious, you may be feeling excited, you may be feeling nervous, you may be feeling scared, you may be feeling frustrated. There's tons of different emotions that you could be feeling right now, but just know that putting one foot in front of the other is just the most important thing. Just taking each next baby step, okay? And your debut party is going to be great. Chances are your recruiter or myself are going to be there at your debut, and there are a few things that you're going to want to do before we arrive, so that you can be prepared. Now, your recruiter or your director are probably going to be there between 15 to 30 minutes beforehand to make sure that everything is set up. And what you'll need to have for them is each person will need a pen, like a writing utensil. Each person will need a profile card, which came in your starter kit, and each person is also going to need a set sheet and a desert island sheet, and both of those sheets can be found on my website, www.unitnet.com/Chelsea Burling. Okay, so it's important, super important to have all of those, and it's under Training Center, so go ahead and check that out and make sure you get those printed, one for each guest. And then you're also going to want to have a product display. So you have inventory on hand, which is why you're having the business debut party, and so you're going to want to go ahead and put up some products so people can look at it, touch it, feel it, look at the colors, whatever the case may be. And then the remaining product you'll want to have handy, because the goal obviously at your debut is to sell product, and so you're going to need to have it close by, something that we can easily access to package their product up at the end of the night. You're also going to want to have a separate station where I'll be going to collect orders for you. All the proceeds tonight will go to you, but I'm going to be collecting orders for you while you're getting parties booked on your date book, and so I'll need a separate area where people can come to me and place an order with me if they would like. Now, a couple of other housekeeping things to keep in mind is, one, food. We love food. Like, I love food, trust me. But we have found that crumbs and cleanser don't mix. And so if you're going to have food, which is totally fine, just make sure you save it at the end, like for the end of the party, because that's going to give them an opportunity to kind of mingle and like check things out and hang out, snack, those kind of things. So we're going to save that for the end, because I don't know about you, but when I get food in front of me, I get really distracted, okay? Because I love food so much. So we're going to save the food for the end, and people will, like I said, hang around and mingle while you're booking parties and I'm collecting orders and things like that. Secondly, children. I love kids. I have a little boy and I love kiddos. I love them. However, at a Mary Kay Business Debut is not necessarily the place for them, especially babies or infants, because it can be kind of distracting, and it's actually a statistic. They had done some studies on it that for every child that's there, you're going to reduce your sales by about $100 for every child. And so we love the kiddos, but keep them home with dad or get a sitter or whatever the case may be, because we want this to be all about you and the women in your life getting pampered and learning more about your business venture, okay? So, we talked about the product displays, and we also talked about a closed area off. Now, your date book, that's something that you are going to want to have filled out. It's awesome because in your starter kit, you got a Mary Kay date book, and you can use that one or whatever you use to do your schedule, but it's going to be super important that for at least the next 30 days for you to go ahead and block out the times, your family time, your God time, your personal time, your quiet time, your work time, if you have a full-time job in addition to Mary Kay, putting in those things that are like really important to you, penciling all that in your date book, and then filling in the little increments where you can work your Mary Kay business, because the goal at the end of this party is to get every single person there to book a party with you. So you need to know when you can hold your parties, okay? And so you want to make sure you have your date book filled out, and then just to kind of give you like a rundown of how the appointment is actually going to work. So when we get there, we're going to go around the room and have everyone introduce themselves and thank them for coming. And I'm going to share a little bit about myself, and we're going to play the purse game. We're going to do like a little introduction to Mary Kay and the business opportunity and play a couple games. So we'll do that, and then we're going to take the TimeWise skincare line and we're going to sample that on the back of our hands like I told you about already. And then I'm going to go over some ways that your guests there can help support you. And those ways are by booking a facial, inviting friends to that facial, coming to one of our guest events, one of our success events, to see you get recognized, and then also doing a career chat with me and doing a 3-way phone call where you can learn more about the business and so can they. And then the 5th way that they can help support you in your business is to make a purchase from you that night. And so I'm going to share those ways that they can help support you. And then once we wrap that up, I'm going to be going to a separate area, like I told you about, to do the individual close and meet with each person individually to collect orders. And you are going to be going around with your date book and booking everybody for what they said they would help you with. And so the goal is to have everybody booked for a party, as a guest to meeting, and a career chat. Okay, that's the ultimate goal. Not everyone will do everything, but that is the goal for you to do. Okay, because the averages will like equal out. So that's going to be your role while I am collecting orders for you. Okay, and it's super important to try and get those things booked right there on the spot, because they're more likely to hold if you book them there face-to-face versus contacting them later. So when you are booking them, just always giving them 2 options, so until they're narrowed down to a specific date. And you can always let them know if they don't have their schedule there, that you can follow up the next day to confirm after they've had a chance to check their schedule. So booking them on the spot is key here. Okay, so don't forget to wear your Mary Kay attire that night. And just like a little bit of a recap, every guest is going to need a pen, a set sheet, a desert island sheet, and a profile card. Food, keep it separate and save it to the end. Kids, we love them, but keep them at home with dad. Wearing your Mary Kay attire, like I said, and then having a separate area for me where I can close out with your guests and collect orders for you, as well as having your date book filled out so that you can book people for appointments. Okay, so I'm super excited about your business debut, and I can't wait to celebrate your victories at the end of the day.